I believe we are live. Hello, hello, everyone. I just want to make sure that I am live. So I am going to go to my phone and go to my page, and it shows us live and in effect. So thank you so
Okay.
much, ladies, for joining. We are here to welcome you to the Call to Womb Wisdom. And I want you to start off by taking a deep breath with me in through your nose and out through your mouth. Yes, and I want to introduce you to Miss Avriana, or Grace the Empress, aka Avriana. And we are here tonight in this sacred soft circle because there's a remembrance going on amongst the ladies. And we are all getting the call to the womb wisdom. And to get into our womb and to get into that space, I want us to put our hands over our womb and another hand on your heart or your belly, whatever feels sacred to you right now. So I'm going to put mine on my heart and my womb, and we're going to breathe deeply in through our nose and out through our mouths. This space tonight is sacred. It's a remembering. It's a return to ourselves, and I want you to take another deep breath in and hold that. Breathe deep down into your womb, into the bottom of your belly, and exhale. Thank you, ladies, just for taking that time to get into your womb with me and take that time to open up that space to receive this wisdom and this love and this knowledge. So, whether you're here because of pain, curiosity, divine timing, or all three, just know you were guided here. You answered the call, and we are so grateful to be holding space with you. I am Luna Rosa, also known as the Apothecary Fairy, and I created the Cosmic Womb Healing Journey as a response to my own pain, my own fibroids, my own trauma, and my own disconnection. And this is not a theory. I'm not just telling you things that I think may be true, or I heard, or I read, or I researched. This is my own testimony. And tonight, I'm inviting you into the beginning of something beautiful. I also have the honor of sharing this space with someone I deeply respect and admire. She is a divine feminine guide in her own right, and that is Miss Grace the Empress. So if you would like to say anything and introduce yourself, I will pass the mic over to you.
Yes. Hi, ladies. Good evening. Happy Thursday. Thank you, Luna. Yes, I am Avriana, but my spiritual name is Grace the Empress. Um, yeah, and I'm just excited to be here. I'm excited to share some wisdom from my womb, hear some wisdom from other people as well, and just learn and connect and just share what I've been through and what I've experienced. And I'm just happy to be here. I'm so excited.
Yes, me too, me too. And I'm so happy to have you. But Adriana, what she didn't share was that she brings the sacred science of astrology, womb healing, and ancestral remembrance into this experience. And together, we're going to walk you through a conversation that is personal, educational, spiritual, and deeply real. So get ready, get your tea, get your
Yes.
candle, get your incense, get your crystals, whatever brings you more, makes you more comfortable in having such a conversation, and snuggle up. I know well, some places it may be a little chilly, a little nippy at this time. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, and it's not the warmest. So
Right.
I would say snuggle up if you can, get on your couch, get in your bed, get under your robe, get under your blanket, and just join us while we get into this. So we're going to do this like a question and answers and like an interview style. I'm going to ask some questions. She's going to ask me some questions, and we're going to really get to the deep root of the things that bring us together as women, because we all have this sacred power within us. And I am going to jump right in. So,
Can I interject real quick? I
absolutely.
think some ladies are having some issues getting in.
Where did I get
It
in?
said,
Oh, I can see.
yeah, it says there's hold on. It's still saying live video will start soon.
Oh,
So I'm not sure what happened.
hold on. It's showing up. I see it on my page. Do you see it on your page? Oh, it says,
Yeah.
where do I get in? Hold on. I just saw. It's your page? Oh, no. I just clicked. It was showing what you said. I'm sorry. So what are they saying? What are they? Is it
Hold
comments?
on. Yeah, they're saying it's still saying the live video will start soon.
Hmm.
And it's from the Facebook page. I think from the invite.
Oh, from the event, maybe. Maybe I should.
Yeah, the event.
Maybe I should share it into the event. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, ladies.
Yep. Sorry.
So we have the event. We are here. Oh, it says start live video. Okay. So should we do that? Hmm. Because I'm on here. I'm just gonna put the link to my page
Okay.
or to the live in here.
Yeah, they said resend a link or a new link.
It's not I don't know. We're on Facebook, ladies, so it's not a separate, we're on our Facebook pages. So if you go to either of our Facebook pages, you should see our live stream up. I see it in the Holistic Healing for Melanated Women group as well.
Okay. So it's not going to be added to the event?
No, I
That's
don't believe so. I just put it
okay.
in the event. I just put the link in the event, ladies. It says, I just posted it. It says the Call to Womb Wisdom event, but I put the link to the actual live. So if you click the link, it should bring you here where we are, ladies. I'm so sorry for the disconnect.
Okay. Yeah, this is from Telegram, so sorry about that.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So copy, if you're on your phone, I would share, like you got to share the post and share the link to Telegram.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to the Facebook page.
Oh, I see comments. Let me see.
Is it under discussion? Okay, here we go.
Yeah. It says, hello, beautiful souls. That's Tamla. Hi, Tamla. Celeste put pink hearts. Thank you. She said, you're live. You popped up on my feed. She said, I think they have to go to your actual page. Yes, ma'am. They do. They have to go to either of our pages to watch.
Okay. Let me tell them to go to your page, because your page is
Public. Yeah.
public. Okay, yeah, mine is private. So let me tell them.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to disrupt the flow.
It's okay. No.
It just automatic. I just saw all the messages come in. I'm like, oh, hold
We
on.
want all the ladies here with us. Come on, ladies. I hope they can join. I hope it smooths out for them. I'm sorry for the disconnect and for the confusion, everyone.
Yeah.
But if anyone has any questions, you can put them in the chat and we'll answer them as we go, because I do have it pulled up to my right. And if you see me looking to the side, that's just because I'm looking at my phone so I can see the comments, because it doesn't show us here on StreamYard what you guys are saying.
Okay. Yep. Same here. So if I'm looking over to the side, I'm just looking at my phone, just seeing if any other messages come in.
Yes, ma'am. So
Hopefully
tonight,
they're able to make it.
we'll be talking about what it means to reconnect to your womb emotionally, spiritually, and physically. We'll talk about how your pain might be trying to get your attention, how the moon, the ancestors, your cycle, and your energy are all speaking through your body, and how womb healing isn't just about managing symptoms, it's about coming home to yourself. So take another breath. Turn off the distractions. Be here, be still, and be open. So let's begin. I hope the ladies are able to join, that we're having issues. I do apologize, ladies. So the first question that I have that was submitted to me is, and we can both answer, Adriana, but the question was, hey, love. Hi, Cece. Hi, Tamla. Hi, ladies. It was, what was your womb trying to tell you before you started your healing journey? So for me,
Oof.
It was screaming through my pain, through heavy cycles. I didn't know I had a fibroid, so it was a lot of trauma that I did not know I was carrying, and it was telling me I was carrying too much. It was
Mhm.
suppressed emotions, it was old stories, it was trauma I never acknowledged or worked through or released. And my womb was trying to get my attention. I just didn't know how to listen yet.
Mhm.
What about you, Adriana?
Yep. Same. I feel like it really started getting my attention last summer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I woke up in the middle of the night in like excruciating pain in my
Mm,
abdominal area. And I thought I was gonna have to drive myself to the hospital. It was
mm,
just unbearable. And I didn't know what that was. And then it happened again this year when I was at work. I had like uh started my moon cycle while at work. So I was
mm-hmm.
unprepared. I didn't have anything, no tea, no anything. And the cramps were just like so unbearable. I had to go into like a separate office and strip down because I was sweating like a cold sweat. Um, I was like doubled over. I could barely like walk upright.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and I was just in so much pain. Like I started shaking and all of that. And I was like, okay, what is going on with my womb? Because
yeah,
what are you trying to tell me? And I knew my womb was trying to talk to me. It had been trying to talk to me for a long time, but I guess like they had enough of me
yeah.
not listening and ignoring the pain and the symptoms that I would have from my menstrual cycle. And yeah, they got my attention. And so I made an appointment and I was diagnosed with ovarian cysts. And
Mm,
so I figured out where that came from. And it stems from like you said, old emotions,
yeah.
stories that were untold from our ancestors, the silence that they had to endure, the silent rage that they mostly had, most likely had,
Yeah.
so yeah, and then just not being in tune with the creative part of the womb, holding back on projects. That was a
Mhm.
big thing. It's when I found out what the spiritual symptoms are for what I was diagnosed with. So it
Yeah.
got my attention and I started doing my work. So here we are.
And here we are because we listened, because we listened instead of ignoring, because of, oh, that's just what happens every month. That's you're a woman, buckle up, and be a
Mhm.
big girl, handle it like the rest of us. And it's like
It's normal.
it's normal. It's the fact that it's normal that
Right.
people want you to believe. And I just don't agree with that. It is not normal. You do not have to live like that. You do not have
Mm-mm.
to suffer in pain and be discombobulated every single month because that's something
Yeah.
that's happening to us and a lot of us. But I want to say that the first time that I realized that it wasn't normal was I had to miss work because I was bleeding so heavily. And I had to
Mhm.
sleep with towels under me. And I'm like, something
Ooh.
ain't right. This ain't.
Mhm.
And it was all of a sudden. And I had already been having my cycle for what 15 years at this time. I probably was
Uh-huh.
25, 26 years old. And it's like, what is going on? And this was after my son. So I thought maybe it was because I had given birth that same year, but and it
Mhm.
was my first cycle after having him. But as the time went on, it continued to get worse. I thought it might have gotten better since my body was getting regulated to the hormones and all the fluctuation that happens when you're pregnant and all that stuff. So as I
Mhm.
noticed it wasn't getting better, I was like, okay, my cramps was getting worse. It would bring me to my knees. And
Mhm.
people just kept telling me that's part of being a woman. And I knew deep down,
Yeah.
I knew that
Take
wasn't by
take a
divine.
Midol, right. Take Pamprin, take Midol, go get a heating pad, like,
All the things to cover
yeah,
up the symptoms, to
right.
replace not get to the nobody was telling me how to get to the root of things. And I knew deep down that was not divine design. It was a
Right.
dysfunction rooted in disconnection from my womb. And I really had to pay attention to her. So I started to do how I got started was yoni steams. I don't know
Mhm.
how what research led me to yoni steams, but I was already in herbs and drinking tea. I would drink my tea and it would help a little bit alleviate some of the symptoms, but um it wasn't it wasn't enough. And I was like, well, what else can I do besides drink this tea and be bedridden? So I got into my
Mhm.
research bag and I got into yoni steams, and that really changed my life. And I was telling everybody I knew about it, like, girl, have you ever had a yoni steam? Have you ever?
Yep.
I want you to do a yoni steam. Come do a yoni steam with me. So I became a yoni steam practitioner, and it was like, okay, I want the women to know about this.
Right.
Cece said, I found out mine was passed down through generations. Of course, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised
Yeah.
to hear that. I'm not surprised to hear that. And it's a lot of trauma that we are passing down, getting passed down to us. And we didn't know what our ancestors and the women before us went through. So
Mm-hmm.
it may have been normal in your family, but no, that's not normal. And we're going to talk about it tonight. Miss Darlene
Right.
Cox said, I love yoni steams. Yes, girl, me too. So,
Yes, that's how I got started too. So I got started back in like, well, I found out about yoni steams in like 2019.
me too.
And yeah, so I didn't actually start doing yoni steams until the year after. So 2020 is
Okay.
when, I really started getting into my spirituality.
Yeah.
Because it was the pandemic, and we ain't got to
Yes.
go into that, but we know a lot
That
happened, a
was
lot
a time
shifted
a
for
lot of
many
people
of
things
us.
shifted for a lot of
Yeah,
people during that time.
a lot. So yeah, that's when I started getting into herbs too. And the first thing I did was yoni steam. I bought the little pot from Amazon. They had the yoni steam herbs. Because I didn't know anybody around me that was doing this. Like,
Yeah.
I think one of my like classmates had told me about it back in 2019, but I didn't do the research and like go out and like seek someone here who
Yeah.
is a yoni steam practitioner. So I was doing everything at home, and it
Me
was
too.
all like just research, on my own time, and getting connect in community with other ladies who were doing the same thing. So yeah, 2020 I started yoni steaming, and I loved it. And for me, it was more so because my periods were, well, looking back, actually they were terrible. They were terrible, but I was doing it more so on an emotional level, to like
Yeah.
just get connected to that space and to
Yeah.
release like old lovers,
Yeah.
past relationships. That's what I was really doing it for at the beginning. And now, well, as I progressed, as the years progressed, it's gotten way more spiritual than that. I mean, that's still a part of it too, but it's gotten a lot more spiritual in terms of like um me knowing that me steaming is helping my ancestors too.
Yes.
Like, it's helping clear their womb from toxicity and inflammation and all the things, all the trauma.
Mm.
Yeah. And the birth control and all of that,
Yeah.
because then I stopped taking birth
Yes.
control. I started using
All right.
organic pads. So it's been a process over the last 5 years to just get connected with it on a physical sense, but definitely spiritual for
Absolutely.
sure. And talking
Especially
to the
here.
herbs. Like,
Yeah.
because when I first started, I didn't know you supposed to talk to your herbs. I didn't know that. And so it's just become a whole new thing for me. But that's how I got started too, with
Yeah.
paying more attention to that space.
And I'm gonna tell you, I didn't even when I got started with yoni steams, I didn't even think to look on Amazon for a yoni steam pot or anything. I was using a big old bucket and a crate. Like, I would boil the stuff on my stove and pour it into this big bowl and sit on a crate over it. It hurt. You know how crates feel on your butt.
Right.
But it got the job done. And I would wrap myself up in towels and blankets. And then I was talking to a friend of mine, and shout out to Chrissy Ray. We were talking about herbs and my journey, and she told me that she had a lady that she went to that had yoni steam, like
The
she made.
throne.
So
Okay.
I got a yoni steam stand made from this lady that was local. And I was like,
Oh,
oh, okay, yeah, I can do this at home. I don't gotta sit on no crate no more. So shout out to Chrissy for that. And I was like, I can do this on my own. I can do this at home. I can
mhm.
blend these herbs by self, by hand, and talk to them, like you said, and bless the herbs and
Yep.
set my intention and be really, really intentional about it. And
Yes.
know that what I was doing was really healing me, not just me, but like you said, my ancestors. And I was teaching it to I have a daughter who's now she's 22, but then she might have been 17, and she had very bad cramps, and when she
Hmm.
would start her cycle, she would throw up and stuff like that, like she would
Mm.
be down bad.
Yeah.
Couldn't keep nothing down. I was like, okay, I got to do this for me and for her. I got to learn how we can do this. So she got on her journey and we did it together. And I'm happy to say that because her doctor was trying to put her on birth control. She's like, Mama, I don't want to do that. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want you to do that. So we were like, we're going to do this the holistic way. And that was what the outcome was, to start doing our monthly steams. Well, we was doing it every 2 weeks. Um,
Mm-hmm.
every 2 weeks, and then we would drink our tea for 2 weeks before our cycle was set to come. And we made it into like a routine, like a ritual for us as a mom and a daughter. And you know, when you're in the same household or when you're around other women, you sometimes sync up. So
Yes.
ours was synced up. And so we were on the same page and at the same time. So it was really a bonding and sisterhood moment for me and my adolescent daughter turning into an adult.
Yeah, that's true bonding. And I'm doing that with my daughter too, because she's only 13, but her cycles are irregular, and
Yeah.
they say it's normal when at that age, but I'm like, no, it's not, because when I was her age, mine came like clockwork every 24 to
Every
28 days and never missed one. Okay. So her missing it and it being like, spread so
peekaboo.
far apart, that's not normal. And I know. So just because of the me being more intuitive now to my body and just how this all is really supposed to work, I know that's not normal. So I told her, yeah, we're gonna steam. I'm actually going to get us some chairs, because I also, again, when I started, I didn't know a lot, right? I was doing it on my own, just doing self-research. But what I found is that, yeah, you're not supposed to be using those plastic bins. So we're
You're
going to get some new stuff, new materials, the robes, and just really make it very sacred for her and me. And it's something that we can bond over as well.
and I
Because I
want
told her, I was like, when you become my age or older, or as you continue through life, you don't want to have these issues. So if you can start to get in tune with your womb now at a young age, that's going to set you up for so much success going forward. You're not
yeah.
going to have to worry about doctors trying to push birth control down your throat,
Or a
or
hysterectomy at
or
20.
hysterectomy, right? Yeah.
Goodness.
So yeah, the holistic way. Let's get these herbs and do these steams, do the womb oils and all of that
And let's help
early.
this next generation. Like these
Hmm.
kids, our daughters, they're going to tell their friends about it. Hopefully, I'm
Yeah.
hoping, and they have their own journey and they build this sisterhood with their friends and they can do this together. But as far as getting other stands, getting other yoni steam stands, you can get it made. I got a second one. I got it made at Ace Hardware. Like
Oh,
it's
okay.
literally like 6 pieces of wood and some screws. It's like
Yeah.
so
I know
simple.
it's not hard to make. It's,
I
you just
know.
need
I
some
was
wood
like,
and
sir,
yeah.
and I painted it and stuff.
Oh,
I handmade me a little pillow for it. It's really cute. But
oh, nice. See, and I found one on Amazon, but I was like, I don't want to support them right now.
I
So I'm like, okay, yeah, that would be nice getting a handmade custom one. I think that
yeah,
makes it more sacred and more
it
personal.
did. It really did. And I was like, this is mine. Like I know the first one was mine, but this is mine. I got it made for this reason. And
Right,
and when you're telling people what you're doing, the man that was making it was so intrigued. Like, so you're gonna sit on this, but it has a hole in the middle. I'm like, I know, sir.
right. I'm gonna put a
I know.
pillow on it and a robe, and it's gonna be fine. Mind your business.
Yes, yes. Let me read the comments. I see Cece said I needed to hear that. She said mine was just like steamed for us. My Tamla said my mother and both of her sisters had fibroids. Me and my cousins and my sister all had them. One of my
Mm.
aunts and my cousin weren't able to have babies because of them. I found out that processed foods, red meat, sugar, and birth control contribute and aggravate the hormonal imbalance in our reproductive system. Yes, and Miss Tamla, as I was going through my awakening and realizing that I had a fibroid, she helped me on my journey. This was not even 2 years ago. This was going into the new year of 2024, so it'll be 2 years. So
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
see, and
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
again, that's oh, and I was just saying, like, yeah, like that's where community comes in, because a lot
Yeah,
of us just don't know these things.
we
Like, I
just
didn't know this was a thing.
And I'm so happy we're having this
Me
conversation for the
too.
masses. Like, listen up,
Yes.
like, share this, tell a friend to tell
Tell,
a friend to tell a friend. Okay.
please, and if you don't have any daughters, tell your little cousins, your nieces.
Yes.
Your little neighbors down the street.
We don't
The women
talk.
need to know. We need to know these things. We
And we
do.
don't talk about these. This isn't something that's talked about either. You're not
Mm-mm.
at lunch talking to your friend on the phone about your cycle, about how, and how you think that something might be wrong because everybody has normalized it. So
Right.
I just want us to open up the conversation and be
Mm-hmm.
there for each other and build a community and supportive system for each other. I'm gonna read some more comments, ladies.
Right. Okay.
Tamla said, I love yoni steaming. I started out just leaning over my bed or squatting, and then I went and bought me a $35 portable toilet. And I call it my throne. I know that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
sit in peace, soft music, and candles. And it is such an amazing experience. Yes, I hear
It
you.
is.
I love that.
Yeah.
Daria said, my daughter is 17 and throws up as well. Oh, I'm so sorry. We gonna get her together, Daria. Star Brand Lab said, did I miss anything super important? We just did an introduction to both of us. We were talking about how we got on this path and herbs and yoni steaming so far.
Mm-hmm. It's
Tamla,
just a conversation. It's live, so it's gonna save when we're
yep, we
done.
can
You can
start from
always
the
go back
beginning.
to the beginning.
Yep. Tamla said, I
Yeah.
learned after a hysterectomy at 38 and didn't want that for my daughters and granddaughters. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Moon Glow Faith said, I got mine off Etsy, wood and handmade. Oh, I love Etsy too.
Okay. Yes. I
Handmade.
I must support them instead of Amazon. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. I don't know why I get stuff from Etsy all the time, but I'll be forgetting about them.
Yeah, I know.
Until somebody
I know.
said.
I used to be an Etsy queen, and then
Mhm.
it just fell out. I think since I don't have the app on my phone no more, I just don't even get on there and click stuff no more.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, Etsy.
Yes.
I'm gonna look and see if I can get one for me and my daughter.
Cece said, all the daughters of my grandma have had hysterectomies, and she
Mhm.
passed after having the surgery. I encourage
Mhm.
my cousins that there are other ways. Oh,
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
Moon
And
glow.
that's
Oh, go ahead.
that is hysterectomies. I swear
Are
that's in
too
everybody's
common,
family.
and it's
Too common.
common.
So I my womb coach, she's trying to get on here, but on her TikTok page, I mean, and you can look this up, don't just take our word for it, but the US performs over 600,000 hysterectomies annually.
I believe it.
And
Look
that just
at
makes me
those numbers.
question, what are y'all doing with the wombs?
What are
What are
you
y'all
doing
doing?
with the wounds?
What are you doing with the stem cells and all of that? Like, what's going
We
on?
know that that is the most powerful stem cell. The stem cells coming
Yes,
from a womb of a woman. That's how they making these fake wombs and babies and
exactly.
robots and all that stuff. So
Exactly. So
I'm not giving
if
my
you could
womb.
save your womb and keep your womb, ladies, please do that. I mean, I understand
Yeah,
if it's a life and death situation or what have you, but just try to this let's try to prevent that as much
yeah,
as we can. And if you've already had a hysterectomy, that is okay because you still
yeah,
have an energetic womb.
you
You
do.
can still do this work for yourself and your ancestors. You still have a vagina, so you can still steam.
Yep.
Okay. And that's going to help you get rid of any scar tissue and anything that's just living up there that shouldn't be there.
Yes.
So, this is for all women in all stages.
All of us. All of us.
Okay. Whether you're still bleeding, perimenopause, menopause, or you're done with menopause, this is for all of us because
Yes.
we all come from one cosmic womb,
Yes.
right? So that means we're all connected. All of our wombs are connected, which is why so many of us have a lot of the same experiences with our wombs. That's why you see a history of fibroids in your family,
Mm-hmm.
history of hysterectomies,
Yes.
because we're all connected.
Yes.
So the more we share this information, the better off
The more we share this
we'll
information
be.
and have these conversations.
Yes.
Moon Glow Faith said, my doctor just offered me a hysterectomy. It's just time to get more into womb healing. Yes, ma'am. It
Mhm.
is. Get in tune and get in touch and really, really, really get to the root of whatever. I don't know why they're offering you this hysterectomy, but get to the root of whatever that those symptoms are. Get to the root cause.
Right.
And you can reach out to either of us and privately if you would like to discuss it, because I am here for our sisters.
Hmm.
I tell my family that, but they say I'm not a doctor. LOL. That we gonna deal with the people, the naysayers. We gonna have those. They're gonna
Yep.
come, and there's no way to get past them. I hate that they don't want to listen and that people
Mhm.
aren't as open and teachable. But you've done your part. You have shared the information. You have tried to steer them in the right direction. If they can't and they don't want to, then it's really not much that we can do. I'm sorry
Right.
to hear that, though.
Yep. Just plant the seed, for the next generation. If the current generation isn't listening, I think the younger generation will be receptive.
I think so too. I think
It's
they're
it,
ready to stop hearing the lies. I think they're tired of the lies and the
yes.
confusion from big pharma and the medical field. I think
Yes.
they're tired of it. I think they
Yep.
are. And it's like,
Yep.
what can we do? I know that there was ways to get through this before that. What was
Mhm.
the ancestors doing? And it's theming, it's herbs, it's teas, it's red tents, it's coming
Yep.
together and being together in community and sisterhood.
Yep. And like you said, getting to that root cause. So
Yes,
it's a lot of shadow work too that goes into this.
shadow work.
And you have to face yourself.
Yes,
And a lot of people are not ready to face themselves.
they're not.
So they're gonna go to the doctors and they're gonna get the hysterectomies or they're gonna get on the birth control. And no judgment, okay? There's no judgment. Your body is you do what you
That's your
feel you
body.
need to do. Just know that there's alternatives to what they're telling you in these doctors'
It is
offices.
not the end all be all that they say it is. OMG, you don't have any other choice but to get a hysterectomy is not true. It's
Right.
just simply not a true statement. And I
Mm-mm.
hate that they're trying to make it so relevant, you know?
You have you have the power to heal yourself.
You do. And you
Yeah.
can. Our
Yep,
us
you can.
our bodies are so amazing, especially us as women. I'm so proud to be a woman. Like I
Me
remember there was
too.
a time that I hated my cycle and stuff, but like
Yep.
I'm so proud and excited to be a woman that can bleed and produce life. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I am the best. You can't tell
I
me nothing.
know. And when you start to realize that, you like, oh my gosh, like the lies that we were told as women and girls growing up, it's like, man, if we were just taught more of our power
Yeah.
and how to really wield that for the good of humanity, the good
Yes,
of our lineage, like the world would be just so different,
it would.
but
I
this
agree.
patriarchy took over and here we are. It's a lot of women under the spell,
Yeah.
under these spells, these patriarchal spells. Like, you don't have the power to heal yourself. You need to go to a doctor. They know better. They're practicing medicine.
Yeah.
They know a lot. I'm not going to discount medicine. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes you do need to go to the doctor. So I'm never going to discount that. But you can't take their final word. You can't take their word as final.
I'm not.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I know I done shared this before, but my son he'll be 11 now. So this was 11 years ago. I was pregnant with my son, and I was at a routine checkup appointment, and I told my OBGYN that I was feeling depressed. And I just didn't
Mm.
feel myself. And I thought that I would be this happy pregnant woman. I was in love. I was having this baby. And I just felt down and depressed about everything. And without even looking at me as I'm telling her this, she just wrote me a prescription for Zoloft. And I was like, this can't be real. You can't be telling me as a pregnant woman that it's okay to take this antidepressant. And
Right.
knowing who I am, not ma'am, this ain't gonna work. So needless to say, that was no longer my doctor. And I found a holistic approach to depression and while pregnant. So that's literally what started my journey into herbalism. I started to
Mhm.
research herbs that would help with the mind and the body and the spirit, and what would help me to feel less depressed and help boost my energy and help boost my mood and not have me having mood swings and stuff. So I got into my bag and I got into my research, and I was really, really, really adamant about not getting on that antidepressant while I was pregnant. And it
Right.
really turned around. It really turned into a lifestyle for me.
Yeah. And it is a lifestyle. Is because you are changing so much about yourself. Because
Yeah,
when you get into the womb healing, there's certain things that you're not going to do anymore. There's certain foods that you might not eat, or you might fast from certain foods because
yeah,
like we said, like the inflammation comes from what we're putting in our bodies and on our bodies too.
yes, yes,
So yeah, I'm glad you didn't listen to the doctor because and again, it's like they work for a big pharma,
yeah.
right?
Push it.
Because she,
That's
like you said, she didn't even look up. She was just like, oh, I hear trigger word depression. Oh,
Yep.
Zoloft, here you go. Get out my
Yep.
office next. Like it's
That's
like
how it
that
was.
instead of getting to the root. Like, okay, what's causing your depression? What's
I
your
thought
home
that's
life
what was
like?
going to happen.
Like
I
they don't ask
genuinely thought the
questions.
doctor was gonna ask me questions or give
Hmm.
me a support group. Like that's what I thought was gonna happen, or
Hmm.
refer a therapist or something. But none of that happened. I was just so taken aback. Like I don't like
Yeah,
this feeling. I don't
like
like
that's
how you make me feel.
yeah, you're just another number on a, you're just another piece of paper, another
Yep.
chart instead
Yep.
of a human being. So, yeah, I'm glad your intuition spoke to you and told you. And the same thing with me too. I experienced, bouts of depression and anxiety too, especially again when the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just refused to go on medicine. I did actual therapy, I did the
Yep.
spiritual work. That's when I started getting into my shadow work. Like, okay, why am I depressed? What is making me anxious? Like, you got to really ask yourself those questions. And real quick segue, my Carme says she added you so that she could try to see the live. So
Okay.
yeah,
Let
I
me
think
add
she sent you a
her.
request
Oh,
to see it.
okay. I got you.
Okay. So but yeah, just listening to your intuition and listening to your body, that is so important. And trusting yourself, because your body is giving you these symptoms for a reason.
Yes.
It's trying to tell you, hey, something's not right here. You need to pay attention. So when you have period pain, it's telling you something.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Like, we really got to talk to your womb and say, okay, you've been in pain for years. I don't enjoy when my moon cycle's here, but I know that's not normal. I should be, you know, celebrating this time. What's
Mm-hmm.
going on? Like, you got to really talk to your womb, and she's gonna tell you. She's
Yeah.
gonna tell you what's going on
And
through so many different ways.
I want to encourage my ladies to journal. I know I say this all the time. Write
Mhm.
your thoughts, write your feelings, but especially when you're on your cycle, you don't know what those things are that is being placed on your heart for, or what those feelings or those emotions or those symptoms may mean. But you know that there's a pattern. So start journaling. Keep a
Yes.
journal, especially a cycle journal. Even if you don't
Yeah.
journal every day, journal when you're on your cycle, just so that you can notice those patterns and see what is going on, what's leading you up, what happens every time.
Hmm.
What am I going through every month? What am I experiencing? What am I
Yep.
feeling?
And
In the
what's the
shadow work, like she
yeah.
said.
And
You
like
got
you said, that'll show you the patterns
yeah,
too
yeah,
of what you experience month to month. And that's what we're supposed to do on our periods. We're
yeah,
supposed to be releasing.
yes,
That's the whole point. You're not, and just think about it. One of the creators I'm subscribed to, she always says this. Um, think about it. If you've never been releasing on your cycle, you've been carrying decades
yeah,
worth of mess that that is not serving you. So you have to release it and let it go. And like Luna said, one of the best ways you can do that is through journaling. I'm a huge proponent of that as well. And then burning the letters. Like, if you need to write a forgiveness letter, go burn it, because
yeah,
that fire is like transmuting the energy, and it's purifying and cleansing. So go burn the letter, and just keep a journal. Like she said, keep a womb journal,
yes,
and just
yes,
pay attention to your cycle every single month and your symptoms, and just know that your symptoms are part. They're trying to tell you a story, trying to
yes,
tell you what's going on. So you
yes.
got to listen.
I'm gonna look at the chat. Let me see what they said. Tamala said they have been doing something either with the wombs and stem cells. They are doing something either the wombs and stem cells. They have been found to be using them for researchers to make meds for longevity. I'm not surprised.
Hmm. Hmm.
Massage. Tamala said massage the navel with sesame seed or castor oil while steaming. Ooh, that's a good one.
Hmm. Yes, I do that.
Me too. Me too. I haven't used sesame seed oil, but I've used castor oil. That's my favorite.
Yes, that's
Our
my
friend
favorite.
said they are searching for the next Henrietta Lacks love
Mm,
as they depopulate the melanated goddess.
yep. I'm
Girl,
not surprised. That's what I don't know if she's on here yet, but that's what Carmen talks about on her
yes,
pages. She always talks about that. Like, and someone put on mine, they're harvesting them. Yeah, they are.
yes.
They harvesting
I
our
you
wombs,
can't
our
make me believe
energy.
they're
Right. We already, yes, they are for sure.
Jade Elisa said, hey, pregnant womb here. Hey, Jade. Are you just announcing? You just announcing this pregnancy? I haven't told the ladies in the coaching group yet, but Jade
Is that
is.
Destiny?
No, that's Jade. She hasn't been on
Jade.
here in a while.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Out, and she
Hey,
wanted to share that with
congratulations.
us. Thank you, girl. Tamla said, red tints were so vital in so many cultures and traditions. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Star Brand said, we can stay persistent and it's okay to plant more than one seed in the same place. Correct. If
Mm-hmm.
the first didn't grow as we educate ourselves, it's our duty not to just drop a seed in the dirt, but to truly put
Yes,
it in good soil and water it as well. I agree.
I agree. Yeah, it
I
has to be
agree.
nurtured.
It has to be nurtured. And and when they see, especially living by example, when they see that you're not all down and depressed every time your cycle come on, they're gonna be like, dang, what you doing different? And then you can tell them. And
Yep.
it might click for them. So, just keep on doing, keep on
Yep.
speaking, keep on
Keep
sharing,
sharing.
keep on doing it.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Because
Tell
that's
us,
how it is with my daughter. Like she's young, she's a
yeah,
child still. She
yeah,
thinks it's weird.
yeah,
But
yeah,
one
yeah.
day she's gonna remember, like, oh, my mom was telling me this for a reason, and I'm reaping the benefits
Yes,
of listening to her. Hopefully she listens. But we're gonna do it together like you and your daughter did. So I'm sure your daughter is like reaping all the benefits from what you're learning and what
yes,
you're teaching and sharing. So
yes, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful.
yeah.
Tamla says, psychologically, I lost my ability to create after having a hysterectomy. Oh, I hate to hear that. It took
Yeah.
me remembering my ancestry and femininity to gather it back. I know that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Moon Glow Faith said, I've had pelvic pain for a long time. Herbs have helped my cycle, yet there's pain and inflammation. Screening now for HPV cancer due to abnormal paths. That's why she offered the
Mm-hmm.
hysterectomy. Anyone help from HPV, cervical cancer, or pelvic pain without fibroid or cyst? I have not had any HPV or cervical cancer, but pelvic pain with fibroids was my life story, and I've helped other women who've had that and endometriosis, but or cysts, she said. But as far as she said, anyone helped from HPV or cervical cancer? I'm not sure what you mean, Miss Moonglow.
Does anybody specialize in helping like get rid
Oh,
of it?
okay,
I
maybe.
would say you know what? I don't know if I don't know how old she is, but I remember they were pushing that Gardasil
Yes,
shot on all of us as
yes,
millennials. Yeah. I, well, I was taking that shot and I still got, HPV. And
yeah.
so but it's cleared up and I feel
I
like
heard
it's
that it goes
cleared.
away on its own or something like.
Yeah, I feel like if you
What?
start doing the shadow work with your womb and doing like the steaming, the castor oil, that could help. But I don't know anybody that specializes in that. Maybe other womb healers do.
Yeah,
But I would say now that you put it out in the universe, you're gonna find somebody that's gonna help you.
somebody's gonna
Or
cross paths
you can literally just ask your womb, like, can you send me somebody or guide me to someone who
to
can
help
help
you.
heal this.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I would say start with the holistic things first. And of course the shadow work. Cause again, your pain is not coming from nowhere. It's trying to get your attention to tell you something. It's
absolutely.
deeper. So yeah, this work is spiritual just as much as it is physical.
Yes, and energetic. It's the energy of it
Mhm.
all.
Yep.
Miss Whitney said, I would love to learn about birth control alternatives. What I don't want to say that there's a birth control alternative. The best way to control birth is to track your ovulation, ladies, like really.
Mhm.
But also, neem is really good for both the man and the woman. So you
Mhm.
can use that for as a spermicide, like a natural spermicide. But I don't want y'all to just
Mhm.
be doing that all the time. I'm not telling you to do that every time you have sex. I am sharing that is something that can help. But tracking your ovulation and using neem, you and the partner, would be really
Mhm.
beneficial to you if you're trying to control birth and not just get pregnant.
Yeah.
Star said, can you ladies speak more in detail, share the food and herbs you are using and recommending? I'm sure some ladies have no clue. Yes, absolutely. So the herbs I would recommend for womb healing would be raspberry leaf, nettle,
Mhm.
yarrow, mugwort, motherwort, oat straw, rose
Mhm.
petals, and dandelion root if you are fighting fibroids, because that's
Yeah.
an estrogen balancer and it
I
helps
hear
like the lymph.
spearmint is also good if you're fighting fibroids.
Okay.
But all the herbs you said I use in my
Yeah.
yoni steams. I use marigold or
Oh
calendula
yes, I love
as
calendula.
well because that's just soothes and helps any skin inflammation that you have.
Yeah.
What else? It's a lot of herbs. You can use marshmallow root.
Yeah.
Yep, rosemary. Yeah, you can pretty much anything in your kitchen you can use. So you can use rosemary, oregano, you can use basil.
Yeah.
Um,
Those are good
yeah, so
antimicrobial.
yep, yep, antimicrobial for sure. Yeah, there's some more herbs. I just can't think of them, but the like the basic herbs that Luna shared is what is tends to be in most yoni steams and womb teas. So I would start with those herbs and then just do your research. You because what
Yeah.
may work for me might not work for you. It's not a one size fits all with womb healing. It's not.
It's
It's really
not.
customizable
Yep.
because we all we experienced similar things, but not quite the same. And our bodies are different. So again, what may work for me might not work for you. But in general, those herbs are great for pretty much anybody. But do your research and
Absolutely.
we could do the research for you too if you need help with that.
Yes. Reach out. We are here. We are here. And far
Mhm.
as foods, I would say leafy greens like
Yes.
spinach.
Yep.
Those are
Kale.
alkalizing and rich in iron, and it's essential
Mhm.
for blood building after bleeding. Flax
Yep.
seeds, berries, they're high
Yep.
in antioxidants.
Mhm.
Healthy fats are good for hormone production and nourish our reproductive organs. I would say avocado, olive oil,
Mhm.
coconut oil, and
Yep.
beets. Beets are really
Fish.
good.
Yeah,
Fish,
beet. Yep.
yeah,
Fish is good. Any red vegetable or fruit is great for womb healing.
yeah,
Um and then I know some people say like you shouldn't eat meat. I'm not gonna tell nobody not to eat meat because I still eat meat, but
yeah.
it's in moderation. Like I don't eat like any pork for real, barely any beef. I might do a steak here or there because actually, red meat is good to build up that iron as well. But what I'm realizing is, as we all know, it's a lot of estrogen in the food that we eat, especially
Yeah,
the chicken.
yeah,
So I know we all like chicken, well, most of us, but just, maybe find an alternative or just kind of lay off of it. Like maybe have a couple meatless meals a week. Um, and see how that goes for you. Or if you have the willpower, go ahead and fast completely from meat and dairy until you can get your womb in alignment until
yeah,
you can heal, get rid of the inflammation, and then you can start adding some certain things back to your diet. But um, yeah, I know that meat is a big thing and dairy because
yeah.
it has all that mucus, which causes the inflammation. So but yeah, I think Greek yogurt is good because it has the fermentation in it.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
good for your body too. So like Greek yogurt, plain like vanilla Greek yogurt.
I
And
know
yeah, like you said,
seeds, pumpkin
huh?
seeds,
Pumpkin
sunflower
seeds.
seeds, sesame
Yep.
seeds. They're great because they promote hormone harmony and womb nourishment. And
Yes.
quinoa is mineral
Yes.
rich. And I want you to try to avoid overly processed food, carbs,
Mhm.
meat, whatever it is.
Snacks.
Just please avoid overly processed foods, ladies, because that is
Yeah.
not good for your womb.
It's not. Yeah. So yeah, to get rid of that inflammation. Wet a lot more water.
A lot
Hydrate,
of
hydrate,
yes.
hydrate. Like you
Hydrate,
need a
hydrate,
lot of
hydrate,
water.
hydrate. Yes.
Yep. A lot of water. But yeah, any red vegetables and fruits that you can get your hands on, anything that's rooted is going to be good for your womb because it's in the root of our body. So yeah, that's a good question.
She said, careful with the cane sugar. Whitney said, I
Yes.
see a lot of ads speaking on BV and women in general. It seems to be an increase in BV or women are speaking on it more and more. Do you think it's a combination of things causing it? Um, yes, I think it is because of the foods that we're eating, of men
Mhm.
and women. Because
Mhm.
you know, when we are penetrated by the men, we're being exposed to the things that they've ingested as well. So
Mm-hmm.
those things, and then on top of whatever it is that we're ingesting, and it may not be the best for our systems, and then it's commingling, and then it's creating BV, I believe. And I think people are talking about it more and more. Yes, because it used to be something that they were shameful and didn't want to speak.
Yeah.
But I think I'm happy that people are coming out about it, and I'm happy that it's being broadcast, and there's ads and there's commercials about it, and people are
Mm-hmm.
actually getting the knowledge. So learn more about your body, but also pay attention to what you eat. Pay attention to what you eat and what he eats as well.
Yeah. And also the clothing. There's
Oh,
there's a lot of information coming out about the clothing. So like depending on the undergarments that you wear,
yeah,
you want to let it breathe, ladies. Like let it breathe.
yeah,
Okay. Like take off the silk, take off,
breathable.
anything that's not cotton.
Yeah,
You shouldn't be wearing it every day, and then you should be letting your yoni breathe
yeah.
as much as possible. Let her get some air,
I
sunlight, all of
get some
that.
sunlight.
Like,
Go get some. Go put your legs up towards the sun if you
yeah.
can, for
No,
real.
like seriously, yeah. If you got a window and it's nobody in the window or whatever, go. Oh yeah, do that. Or if you
Do
got a
that.
private area outside when it's warm, go sunbathe your yoni.
Yes,
That
please.
helps detox it too.
I promise.
So
I promise.
nature is such a healing agent. Nature, water, take baths. We didn't talk about baths. We talk about yoni steams. Take baths. Go into nature. Do sun gazing, yoni sun gazing. All of that can help too. But yeah, they don't talk about the clothing that we're wearing. A lot of it's fake. It's recycled clothing. So,
Yeah,
they don't, it's hard to find 100% cotton clothes anymore.
100%. Yeah.
So that can be causing BV too. And tight clothing too.
Tight
It's not
clothing.
supposed to be too
Yep.
tight. Again, you gotta let it breathe.
Gotta let it
So
breathe. That's what I was about to say. Yep.
hmm
Let's see. What was I had a list of questions. So let me find. Oh, it says, what have your fibroids or womb pain taught you spiritually?
yeah, I said that kind of in the beginning. Like, I looked up the spiritual meaning of my diagnosis, and it said, basically, like, I gotta look up the definition. I think I wrote it down somewhere, but it said like, cysts come from your bloodline not being able to create. So I
Mm,
think Miss Tamlin said it earlier, like she lost her creative spark. It's that it's like it doesn't, it's hard to grasp. Like you have ideas, but you're not sure how to bring them into the physical. So
yeah.
everything's like up here in the 5D in your mind, and you're not sure how to bring them into the physical. So they manifest in your body as cysts.
Okay.
Um, and again, that goes back to the ancestral work too. Like I said, a lot of our ancestors, for me and my family, they didn't have the freedom to create,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to just and to use their voice to speak. So it manifested a cyst in my body. And that's what I said. Like I knew something was going on in my body from last summer when I had that excruciating pain. And then
Yeah.
literally like one day I was walking in my kitchen and I was like, I'm just mad. I'm just
Yeah.
angry, like this rage. And I was like, I know this is not my rage because what am I mad about? But
Yeah.
so I figured I was like, it's ancestral rage because I literally felt it in my womb, like just coming up through my body.
Mm,
So that's what it told me, that the womb healing, the spiritual side of how that manifested physically for me.
okay.
And then there's some more research about, how fibroids, why they, exist in your body. There's spiritual meanings to all the
Yeah.
womb ailments, because anything that we don't heal emotionally and spiritually does manifest physically.
That's what
So that's why we're saying like you got to get to the root of it. You got to do that shadow work to see, what part of your life are you neglecting? Because I think that's one of the spiritual side or spiritual causes of fibroids. Like you're neglecting your body. You've neglected the divine feminine part of you. You
I. Mm-hmm.
deny her. You
Mm-hmm.
don't acknowledge her. So I'll have to find that and post it. like
Thank you.
the meaning. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's how it started for me,
So
or the
for me,
message that I got.
yeah. For me, it was more so about unprocessed pain. I was reluctant to go to therapy at this time. I was reluctant to believe that there was anything wrong with me. I was reluctant to believe that I had trauma. I didn't want to, but it don't just disappear. Like
Right.
just because you refuse to believe it or refuse to acknowledge it, it doesn't disappear. It goes somewhere. It settles somewhere. And for many of us, ding ding ding, it's in our womb space. And my fibroids were holding on to fear,
Mhm.
grief, and shame and guilt. You got to
Yeah.
remember, a lot of you don't know because a lot of you may not know me, but I was a teen mom, and there was a lot of shame and guilt that I carried from that. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, I was all right. We turned out okay. I shouldn't. Da, 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 da. But there was shame and guilt that I held in my womb space because of that. And then on top of that, add on the decision to have abortions, or someone may have experienced miscarriages. You just don't know what that
Mhm.
womb space has went through and what trauma you have not acknowledged and worked through.
Right.
Again, that shadow work is so important. That's how I realized that I really was carrying shame and guilt and fear in my womb
Mhm.
space. And it was patterns that I inherited from the women before me. And it was like, nah, just keep on going. You had this baby. All right, now what? Now go to work. Now you got
Right.
a baby to take care of. Now you got to go to work. And it's like, but
Yep.
what about the spiritual side of this? What about the emotional?
Yeah.
And again, I was a teenager, so I literally didn't have the wherewithal to sit with myself and be
Mhm.
there and to get spirit. I didn't have the knowledge either to get into the spiritual meaning of things for me. So it was
Right.
a lot. And healing the patterns, and healing the grief, and healing the fear and the shame and the guilt really, really, really healed me and my lineage. Not just those before me, but those ahead of me as well.
For sure. Yeah, and I feel you on the shame, the guilt, the fear.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, that's how these inflammation, these cysts and these fibroids form. It is because of the shame and the guilt that we not even it's not even all of ours. Like it's, our mothers, our grandmothers, great grandmothers, aunts. So yeah, this work is very sacred and you do heal 7 generations forward and backwards. So when you
Mm-hmm.
start to get into this work, it's going to ripple out. People, like we said before, people might not receive it at the beginning,
Yeah.
but yeah, just keep planting those seeds and keep nurturing and just keep sharing your truth, and it'll ripple out. They'll catch on, or the people who's meant to catch on, they will.
The ones who are meant to, who truly are tired of whatever it is that they're experiencing, or
Mm-hmm.
really want to, they get curious enough, like, you know,
Yeah.
so they'll
Yeah.
know who to go to. Just keep on speaking, keep on preaching, keep on talking, keep on sharing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me pull up some questions.
Go
Let's
ahead, go ahead.
see. Uh-oh.
I seen one that says, why are womb issues like fibroids and PCOS so common in Black women
Ooh,
specifically?
that's exactly where my eyes went to. Oh, that's a loaded question. That's a really loaded question.
It
I would
is.
say,
I know from my research, I know a lot of it. I know they want to say it's genetic and hereditary, but what's really hereditary or habitual is the eating.
yeah,
I really believe it's this food. I think they're putting
they
stuff
put
in
more, yeah. Like I said, if our daughters now are having irregular periods and we didn't 20 years ago, then yeah, that it's the food, the
the
clothes, the air, the everything. And the stuff we put on our bodies, the lotions, the
yeah.
scented lotions, the
All
soap,
the fragrance oils
yeah,
and
all the fragrance stuff.
the
Yeah,
Febreze, the plug-in.
yep,
Don't get me,
the
yeah.
candles, all of it has endocrine disruptors.
Yeah.
So yeah. I feel like also it's just been an attack on the Black womb. There's
Yeah.
an attack on all wombs, but it's like purposely the Black womb because they know that we have the original blueprint.
Yes.
We are the
Somebody
original
said that in the
mothers,
comments too.
and they know that.
Blueprint.
And so I think somebody said they're looking for the next Henrietta. Yeah, they're looking to
Yeah.
see who. they've been tracking us from birth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as seeing who has what, who has this specific gene, who comes from a specific bloodline.
Yeah.
So it goes deeper. It's, people think it's conspiracy theories, and we are now seeing that conspiracies are now no longer theories, some of them, but we're not going to get into that. But I really feel like it's just a lack of education,
Yeah.
a lack of resources, and just the shame, like I said, going that has been programmed into all of us to be ashamed to talk about this information, so we suffer in silence. I feel like that's a big part of it too. So
Yeah.
the more we share about our journeys and what we're doing to heal our wombs, or what our womb has given us in terms of wisdom and guidance, that's going to help heal the collective
Yep.
just by sharing information and resources. But I really feel like those issues attack us because, like you said, the eating habits, what they're the ingredients in everything that we use, and just women not talking about it. It's like it's taboo, but we're making it we're going to normalize it.
We
That's
are
what we're
right
here
here,
for.
right now. And I want to also add that it's not just physical, it's historical, y'all. Like,
Yes.
we've been carrying generations of stress,
Yes.
oppression, overwork, and, like she said, silence. Our
Yep.
wounds hold the pressure of being strong, of being providers, of not being allowed to rest.
Mm-hmm.
The body eventually speaks what the soul has been silenced to say. So
Yep.
coming out, it's coming out as these ailments in the Black woman,
Mm-hmm.
because the Black woman has suffered so much over these years, and now it's like screaming rage, and it's time
Yeah.
to get to the root of it and to do the healing part.
Yeah, we got to liberate ourselves and liberate our ancestors, because, like I said, they went through things that we can't even fathom, like
Yeah.
unspeakable things with their
Yeah.
womb. And if you think about how gynecology started, it started from a man who was experimenting on
Mm-hmm.
enslaved Black women. And
Yes.
I mean, just imagine the terror and the horror that they went through. And yeah, that carries over into generations, all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even before they went into gynecology, when they were burning women. I
Yeah.
read recently that the witch trials were not about, it was about land. It was
Mm-hmm.
about taking just that power away from women, and from the healers in the communities, the midwives, the medicine women. They wanted to get rid of all of that. So it's like it's programmed in this thread that we all share within our wombs. They call it a red thread. And we all share it because a lot of our ancestors were most likely, condemned for
Yeah.
being in tune with the earth, and then that caused them to go silent and underground.
Mm-hmm.
So just think about how the women after them had to grow up in
Yeah.
silence.
And
So
confusion
this,
too, I'm sure.
yeah, and terror, like they were terrorizing
Fear and
women. The
fear.
things that they did to women all over the world, not just Black women, women everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you think about our ancestors who were enslaved, I mean, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine what they went through. It's unspeakable. So we carry that thread, we carry that trauma in us, and it's just up to our generation to liberate ourselves and our ancestors.
I
Definitely it's historical.
It's definitely historical. I wanted to shift gears a bit. Or did you have a question that you wanted to attack, Adriana
Um,
or Grace? I'm
no,
sorry.
I feel like we just, trucking along here. But yeah, if something comes up,
Okay.
I'll ask you.
I
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I think we probably kind of moving towards that. So why is healing and sisterhood so powerful?
Oh, yes. I would say because we were never meant to carry it alone. We thrive when we feel seen, held, and honored, and we honor each other when we're in sisterhood. Being with other women who are also healing creates a ripple effect, and you realize you're not broken. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? Like, it's not just me. I'm not the only one going through this, and you get to come together as a stable unit. You know what I mean? And you get to do these things together. You get to push each
mhm,
other, encourage each other, and watch each other grow and heal. And that helps you to become the next version of yourself, and helps the
mhm,
next generation and the next person in your lineage.
Yeah. Yep. I like how you said it's a ripple. It
Mhm.
really is. And yeah, it's just so powerful when you think about like the Bible verse that says where two or more are gathered.
Yeah.
That's powerful. Like when because women, I mean, there's so much power in our womb. So when we are together, think about it. You sync up with other women in your household,
Yes.
right? So just think about that's powerful. That's a psychic, connection that we all have as women. And so I think just in and of itself, that is powerful. And that's why healing with the sisterhood, a community, red tent, goddess circles
Yeah.
is very important, especially now because we're moving into this age of community. Like
Yeah.
you cannot heal alone. You could do your own healing by yourself, but you need to do it in community as well. Bring back what you're doing solo to the community because it
Yeah.
can help other people. So yeah, I just feel like the more you know, the better off you'll be. And you could take what resonates with you and run with it and make it your own. So yeah, I think just us being women, period, it's just powerful when we get together.
I do too.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. What would you say to a woman afraid to begin her womb healing journey?
Oh, I was pondering on that question earlier. Well, the first thing I would say, I would tell the woman is, you have to sit with yourself
Mm-hmm.
and ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What are you so afraid of? I mean, like again, I know a lot of us have been through some unspeakable things, some terrible trauma. Um, I would say for anyone who's afraid is to trust yourself.
Yeah.
Start to trust yourself and trust your womb because she's never going to tell you wrong. She's never going to steer you wrong. If you're not ready to go that deep and you have like other issues that are, you know, um a part of your womb story, maybe seek out a licensed therapist.
Yeah.
Maybe you could start that way first. That is trauma informed
Yeah.
and maybe also it specializes in shadow work. I think that therapy, well, not all therapists do shadow work. So I would definitely go with a trauma informed therapist and someone who does shadow work. Maybe do spiritual coaching, find you a spiritual coach, or a life coach as well. But again, get with community because you're not alone. So you don't have to do this alone. And get with people who have the heart to want to help you with that, right? Find you empathetic people um that can be that light when it gets too dark for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say to someone who's afraid. And again, it goes back to trusting yourself.
Yes, it does. If I was to encounter someone, what would I say about being afraid of starting their womb healing journey? I would say to start slow.
Hmm.
Start slow, start soft. Start with grace with yourself. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have
Right.
you just have to answer the whisper of your womb. And we're not
Hmm.
here to fix you. We're just here to remind you that you were whole all along. Like
Right.
it's not you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. There's things that need addressing that's
Hmm.
deeper than the surface. That's what I would say. And also do some research, read a book, read a book. I know I'm always talking about reading and writing, but really,
Hmm.
like, there's people who have written books about this. Read it.
Yep.
Just open up a book about womb healing, and
Yep.
it may inspire you to do your next step. You don't know what they may have in those pages, so just take your time with yourself and don't rush it. I would say don't rush the process. Take time.
Right.
And we have 28 to 31 days every month till our next cycle. So give yourself a full moon cycle just to start with. Like, okay, what can I do for this first month?
Hmm.
You might just be reading a book and massaging your womb. It might be getting a Reiki session. I do Reiki.
Yep.
I do Reiki. I don't mind. Adriana Grace does Reiki as well. It may be just drinking a womb healing tea. It might
Yep.
be doing a yoni steam. It might be doing some sacral chakra clearing. We don't know.
Yep.
Meditation, wherever it is, start. I just say start. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And I was going to say that too, like if you, because I know, everybody's financial situation is different. So if you are not in a position to hire a therapist, then yeah, you could start with those holistic things first. Because like she said, if you just start, then spirit's going to drop what you should be doing next. You
Yeah.
just got to be willing and open to pick up the breadcrumbs and follow the breadcrumbs that they're dropping for you. Because that's how, again, we already told you our story. That's how we got started. We just started with one step and then it just progressed and it
Mm-hmm.
keeps progressing because womb healing is not a one and done thing. You don't just
Exactly.
do one yoni steam and, oh, that's it. No, it's a ritual. You have to be devoted to your womb.
Yeah.
You have to
And
be
I want
devoted
to
to it.
say, I know you mentioned therapy and spiritual coaching. I do know, I'm in Ohio. I know a lady who is licensed. She is a licensed therapist who does shadow work and will help you on your spiritual journey. She's also a spiritual coach. She's a good friend of mine. Her name is Brandy. And if anybody is interested, she is licensed in Ohio and in North Carolina. So if anyone is interested in those states, just reach out to me and I will connect you to her because she's amazing. And I really think that more women should have the opportunity to get that type of help. We don't know where
Yes.
to go. So if you are
Right.
asking or if you are looking or you're searching and you're in those states, reach out to me and I can connect you with someone that's a
Mm-hmm.
therapist and also a spiritual coach.
Yep. See,
You're
you
a
just
doula.
said it.
You're
You
a
get in
doula as
community.
well. So
Yeah, see,
yeah.
I love that. If you went again, when you start to gain community, you don't know who you're gonna meet. So it's just about being open to community and women who
Mhm.
are doing this work. And like she said, we're not here to heal anybody. We're just here to help you remember. It's like we're all walking home together, hand in
I
hand.
love that
Because
statement.
I'm not on the porch yet either. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still walking home too. So let's walk home together before the
Let's
street lights
do
come on.
it. Exactly.
You
So I
know?
want to dive into. I know we've been on here over an hour, but I want to shift gears a bit because I know we said we were going to talk about astrology and womb healing. So how does
Yeah.
astrology connect to womb healing, Adriana?
Oof, man, astrology connects to so many things, so many aspects of our life. But definitely the womb healing. So I don't want to get too deep because I don't know everybody's level of
Yeah.
astrology, but there are certain planets that you can follow their cycles, and that'll help you connect and honor your womb. So I know we're going to talk about the moon, but there is the planet Venus that also has a cycle just sort of like the moon, and it's has a lot of mythology around the planet as well. But um yeah, you can look at your Venus sign to figure out how you need to pour into yourself because
Mm,
Venus is the planet of love, beauty, creativity, fertility, sensuality, self-worth, and our core values.
okay.
So, and it, material possessions as well. But um she also represents relationships. And
Oh,
when you think about love and the heart chakra, how you have that womb and heart connection,
yeah.
when you heal your heart, you do start to heal your womb. It's like it goes hand in hand. So it's more about the self-worth and love that you have for yourself. So the planet, just to give you a little background, the planet Venus rules over two zodiac signs, Taurus and Libra. And Taurus is more about that internal self-worth, and Libra is more about like the relationships that you have with other people, the partnerships. Um, and so yeah, Venus, along with the moon, was one of the oldest timekeepers in history.
Okay.
So ancient astrologers will follow the cycles of Venus just to understand the womb, because it's so amazing. The planet Venus, she she orbits, she makes an 8-year cycle. And in that 8 years, she orbits the sun 13 times, about 13 times.
Mm,
So 13 is the number of the divine feminine,
yeah.
right? And when she completes her 8-year cycle, if you look at the pattern of the transits that she made, it comes out to a 5-point pentagram, which is AKA the rose. So that's why roses are so beneficial when you start to do your womb healing because it's an ancient plant. It's one of the oldest plants, one of the oldest flowers, and one of the most high vibrational flowers in the world. And so because of it being ancient, just think about everything that the rose has witnessed, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Um, and so another way that Venus connects to the womb is because she goes through a cycle called the morning star and the evening star. And in each of those cycles, it's a 9-month period. So that's like the gestational period of a woman birthing a baby. So I think that's just poetic.
It
And
is. I
then,
never knew that.
yeah. And then Venus, like I said, it's about our worth and our desires. So when you think about your womb and the sensuality part of your womb, that's how that's related. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at my notes because
Go
I
ahead.
wanted to make sure I got that out. Like,
Yes. Thank you. We need
the
to know that.
phases.
I love this.
Yeah, and then it goes like how we have the phases of the moon. Venus also has phases. So, like I said, she will orbit, and then she'll go through what's called the morning star and the evening star. So that's think of that like as like an ascension, and
Mm,
then so as she's ascending, she's going into the evening part, and as she's descending, she's going into the morning
okay.
part of her cycle. And so I said, let me see, I wrote the morning star is like the waxing period. So like how the moon has its waxing period, that's when
Okay.
she's
Yeah.
waxing. And that lasts for 9 months. And then she becomes full. And that's when in mythology they say that Venus goes into the underworld. So think of that as like she's doing her shadow work, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this also ties into the story of a goddess named Inanna. I don't know if anybody knows the story of Inanna, but she has cycles where she does her ascension. She went into the underworld to basically gain power over the underworld. But as she went into the underworld, she had to strip herself of false values,
Mm-hmm.
a false identity, her material possessions. She had to go through 7 gates to get to the underworld. And in each gate, she had to strip some part of herself. So think of that as like your shadow work period. You're in the underworld, the
Yeah.
darkness, right? And so she goes into the underworld, she dies, she hangs on this hook for 3 days. Now just think about whose story this relates to if you grew up in church. But she hangs on this hook for 3 days, and then she's resurrected.
Oh.
So when she resurrects, that's when she's going into her evening star phase, which is the waning phase, and that lasts for about 9 months.
Oh
And
my
so that's when she's on her like um her Libra aspect of herself, where she's reclaiming and healing relationships and regaining new values and just rebirthing herself. So think about that. I mean, just I know
God.
these stories are they could be myths, but we can use them as archetypes to see how we flow as humans. So we go through that too, right? We ascend, that's the waxing period of the moon, and then it's full, and then we start to descend when it starts to wane. So yeah, I just wanted to draw that connection to Venus and how you can use that in terms of womb healing.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Thank you so much because I love learning. I'm not well versed in astrology, but I do love the moon. So to learn different things and how it's connected to us and our womb and different planets and Venus and how she has her ascension and descension is beautiful. And thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes, you are welcome.
Thank
And
you.
she
Thank
also goes through a quick period or another period where she disappears from the sky. So that's her going into the underworld. And
you. Yeah.
that lasts for about 40 days and 40 nights. So
Oh,
again, like when you think about these ancient stories
yeah.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
predate religion, it just makes you wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you wonder. So
And the
I'll
things
leave
that
that
have
there.
no meaning.
Yeah, I'll just leave that there.
Thank you. So I'll piggyback and share about why the moon is so important about in womb work. So my answer for that would be that the moon is the original timekeeper of our wombs. Like long before calendars and clocks, women charted time by the moon. Both the
Mhm.
menstrual cycle and the lunar cycle span roughly about 28 to 30 days, and this is not by coincidence. The womb and the moon are deeply intertwined through energy, rhythm, and ancestral memory. The moon governs not only the tides of the ocean, but also the tides within us, our emotional waves, our energetic flow, our intuitive knowing. In many ancient cultures, women who bleed together during the new moon and ovulate during the full moon. This wasn't seen as random occurrences, but it was seen as sacred alignment with nature. And by syncing with the moon, we return to our natural blueprint. And I think I spoke on this before, but each lunar phase mirrors a phase of our menstrual cycle. So the new moon mirrors our menstrual phase, which is known to be for rest, release, and renewal. First quarter is the follicular phase, is known to be as the follicular phase in our menstrual cycle, and that's for vision and ideas and new energy. And then we have the full moon, which is in connection with the ovulation phase, which is about radiance, connection, and creation. And then the last quarter phase is mirrors the luteal phase, which is all about reflection, refinement, and truth telling. So when we track the moon and understanding our personal moon sign, which shows how we emotionally process life, your moon sign, we start to notice patterns in our moods, our energy levels, and even our pain and pleasure. This gives us the gift of awareness. And from awareness comes healing. And this is not just woo, 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 woo. This is
Right.
ancient wisdom. This is feminine
Ancient.
medicine, you know,
Yep. Yep.
emotional intelligence that's been
Yep.
passed on and passed down through lineages of women who knew how to live in harmony with the earth and the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Womb work with the moon is like trying to womb work without the moon is like trying to dance without music. When you
Yeah.
sync both, you understand and unlock a deeper connection to your body, your intuition, and your purpose.
Oh, I love that. So going back to Venus, I would say this is how again you need to pour into yourself. So if you know your Venus sign, then that'll tell you, some things that you can do to pour into your cup.
I'm gonna look up.
So for example, and it you so the way that you find your if you want to look up your natal chart, I don't know people who are not aware, but you can just go to astro.com and you just need your birth date, so your date of birth, the time you were born, and the city
Yep.
or country. Um, and that's all you need. And then Venus, I hope everybody knows what Venus looks like. It's the circle with the cross at the bottom.
Okay.
But that's the glyph you're going to look at. Or if you want to go to like another site and if you want to see it written, because maybe you're not used to looking at a natal chart wheel, because it's a lot. It can be a lot for people who
Yeah.
have never
It's
looked at one. But you
over.
can just go and look and it'll tell you what your Venus sign is. But I could tell you how you can kind of figure it out. So your Venus sign, because Venus is what the second planet closest to the sun, is never too far away from the sun. So let's say if you were born and your sun sign is Taurus, like me, you're a Taurus sun. Your Venus is either going to be two zodiacs before or after Taurus, or it might be in Taurus. So you might have your Venus in Pisces or Aries, or you might have it in Gemini or Cancer, or it could be in Taurus. Like I
Okay.
have Venus in Taurus. So when I look at my Venus sign, Taurus is that sign of comfort, stability, shmoney, okay? But it's more about self-worth and inner value. That's what I've learned. And so with Taurus being an earth sign, of course, I'm going to use things like herbs, crystals, things that are tied to the earth. I'm going to be connected to water because the moon loves Taurus. It's exalted in Taurus. So I'm going to be very connected to the water. Um, and yeah, I'm just gonna play up those Taurus themes as far as how I pour into myself. So, with nice oils on my skin,
Mhm.
all the sensual things, right? That's what Venus is. It's sensuality. So I want things that look good, smell good, feel good, taste good, and that sound good to me. It's aesthetics. So I'm gonna put plants in my house, right? I'm gonna have flowers. I'm gonna have crystals. I'm gonna do all those, like, beauty things that just help me pour into myself. But that's not all that self-care is. Like we talked, it's the shadow work too.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, and then you can set up, your own rituals. So Venus is typically venerated on Fridays. So you could do, a Friday self-care ritual, whether that's taking a bath or doing a yoni steam or going into nature, whatever you feel called to. But you want to look and see where you have your Venus and then just play on those traits. If you have Venus in a water sign, obviously, you need to be in the tub.
Yeah, get in the
Yep.
water.
Yeah. And then it goes even deeper to see like what house or area of life your Venus is in. So again, if you want, I'm happy to help you figure that out and help you learn how to read your own chart. But just the basics, you just need to know where your Venus and your moon sign is in terms of womb healing. And then there's more, other planets and asteroids that get a little bit deeper.
Mm,
And you can use those for womb healing as well. Really, your whole chart can be about womb healing. So it's how you work your blueprint.
yes, I love how you work that. It's how you work your blueprint. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So I was going to piggyback off that and just share how your moon sign or your Venus sign may reveal things about your feminine energy. So your
Hmm.
moon sign reveals how you nurture and process emotions, right? What is your moon sign? My moon sign is Libra. So how would that say that I nurture and process emotions, Adriana, with my moon sign in Libra?
I would say a moon in Libra, you're someone you definitely need to talk out your emotions. Like you're not somebody who's gonna hold it in. You either need to talk it,
I just said that
write
today.
it.
I can't hold it in.
Yeah, and you're somebody who's very community minded. Libra is an air sign, so you wanting to heal in community and bring other women with you makes complete sense. So I would say that's how you can connect to your womb through your moon sign, and it goes deeper than that. This is
Okay,
very surface level
that's
general
nice.
because
That's a
we'll
nice
be on here for another two
I know.
hours if we
I
go
know.
into the specifics, but that's just
I love
general.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then your
my
Venus
moon.
sign. I don't know my Venus sign, but
Okay.
go ahead. We still on moon.
Oh
So go
no,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say because this is my own little. Your Venus sign speaks to how you experience beauty, love, and sensuality. And
Mhm.
then together they show you where your softness lives and how you can nourish yourself. They also reveal where wounds may be hiding,
Yes.
especially around the feminine, intimacy, or self worth.
Mhm. Yep. And I was gonna share my moon sign. I have moon in Leo.
Okay.
So yeah.
And what does that mean? Okay, so tell us. Tell us.
It's
How does,
fun, because Leo is actually ruled by the sun.
yes, I
And
did know
Leo is the yeah, Leo is the sign of the like the performer, the person who just gotta be up
that.
front and
Oh,
center. But it also rules children, it rules creativity.
okay. Okay.
It also rules risky investments like gambling. And it rules I don't know if we could say it on Facebook, sex. They be saying
I'm sure.
SIGs on the other ones. I'll just say it like that because I don't want them to flag us. But yeah, it rules that casual encounters and dating. So for me, having my moon sign, and I know what house it's in. It's in my ninth house, which is ruled by the Sagittarius. So it has a lot of Sagittarius themes for me. But generally, Moon and Leo, it's like we play the background role when
Okay.
we're really supposed to be front and center. But what I feel like how I play into my moon sign is I'm like I, I'm someone who I'm not surface level, right? And some people will and generally speaking, maybe Leos can be surface level, but I'm not. And I have the moon. So that means like I'm coming through the darkness with my light. And if you're not ready for your demons and shadows to have a light shown on them, then yeah, I might trigger you
Yeah.
without even trying.
Without
Without even trying.
trying.
It's just in me. Like, I don't know. People just feel like they could tell me their business. They feel comfortable with me. I don't know. I maybe give off that lioness type of protective energy
Yeah.
when I'm, in community with women or, if it's family or friends or definitely my daughter, you know.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, that's generally how I play into my moon sign, or how I interpret it over the years. Because when I first started looking into astrology, I was like, Leo, I'm not that ain't me. But then I was like, it's not the sun, it's the moon, so it's a
Yeah.
completely different
Okay. Okay.
energy. So yeah, mine is to help other people, again, shine a light on your shadow, but also shine a light on your celebrations. Like, I'm gonna be your cheerleader, I'm gonna big you up. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I play into mine. But
So I wanted to share with you all something that we're working on, which is called cosmic womb healing. And it is a container, a sacred container that we'll be doing offline. We wanted to do this live online so that we can get people to see what it is that we're going to be talking about and working on. But cosmic womb healing is a sacred womb centered journey, a gentle yet powerful container for women who are ready to return to themselves through the gateway of their womb. It is a fusion of emotional healing, energetic restoration, and spiritual remembrance that weaves together ancient tools and divine practices. At its core, the experience is about helping women restore their womb space, not just physically, but emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. And I wanted to share that with you all because we're going to be starting this in January. And I wanted to get people interested and get people to know more about what's coming, what we have coming soon, and where you can go if you are interested in learning more and getting more information and doing it together in sisterhood and community, like we've been talking about. For many of us, our womb has been a silent witness to trauma, generational pain, medical dismissal, heavy cycles, shame, fibroids, disconnection. And cosmic
mhm,
womb healing invites you to reconnect with that space and honor it as sacred again, not a source of pain, but a center of wisdom. Okay.
mhm,
And in this healing journey, we use a holistic blend of herbal medicine. So you'll learn more herbs and recipes and things of that nature that support hormone balance, release stagnation, and nourish the reproductive system. You'll learn moon wisdom and astrology to guide you in aligning with your natural rhythm and divine timing. We'll do Reiki and energy work to clear blockages from the sacral and root chakras and restore emotional flow, and then also ancestral remembrance to release inherited burdens and call in the strength of the women who came before us. And again, all in community and as sisterhood. And this is something that is going to be a free experience. I don't want y'all to think that we are just in here to gain from you. We are doing this as a collective together. We want to heal with you. We want to do this
mhm.
together and in a sacred space because we feel like is needed in our community. And cosmic womb healing is not a surface level experience. It's really deep, it's layered, it's slow and intentional. So if this honors you and it sounds like something that you would like to be a part of, I want you to click the link that I'm about to put in the chat.
Mhm.
Hold on.
And
How do
thank you, ladies, for the knowledge. I joined your live because yeah, from your page. But yeah, there's some good information in here. So thank you, ladies. We're all here to learn and share.
Yes.
None of us, I mean, I don't have all the answers. I'm still learning. So I appreciate anything that you ladies share for sure.
Yes, thank you, ladies. It's not just about
Yeah.
us. We are not the end all be all. We don't claim to be the master teachers or any of the above. It's just that we went through some things. We have a testimony. We've come
Mhm.
together as individuals and want to come together to bring others together and make it even more of a community sense and feeling like we're not alone in this journey, like we don't
Right.
have anywhere to go or anyone to turn to or anyone to lean on. We have each other. So I want you to know that we are here for you. Send either of us a message. You can I'm a pin the comment. I don't know how. I don't know how to pin a comment, y'all.
Somebody asked what fields are we in? I actually work in finances right now. I work in investments, but um I am a budding womb health practitioner. So I'm actually enrolled in a course for it, so that I can, have that certification to be able to have these conversations more in depth with ladies, especially on a one-on-one basis and community in circles. So, yeah, but I feel like I'm in the field of being a woman, a Black woman. So we already come with this medicine. We just have to remember and answer the call that our womb
Yeah.
made. I
And
picked up the phone and I didn't put it back down. So
I
that's
know,
why
right?
I'm here.
We're both Reiki masters as well. I am a herbalist. I am a spiritual life coach. I am a spiritual business coach. I am a holistic child care provider, and I am also a Black woman who has been through some things and ready to tell her
Mhm.
story, as I've done this evening. And heal with others. I'm ready to heal. I'm a healer. That's what field I'm in. I'm a healer and a teacher. I've learned that
Yeah,
in the past 3 or 4 years that's who I am and that's what I do. I am
yeah.
a healer and I am a teacher, and that's why I am here today sharing this information, connecting with you all. It's been a while, but y'all know I do love to go and connect with my ladies and share knowledge and pull you in and give you a hug virtually. So I hope this,
Mhm.
this live felt like a hug and a sisterhood community, and that you were seen and you've been heard. So I am, when we get off, I'm gonna go through the comments and I'm gonna respond. I just couldn't, or we would have been on here till midnight, y'all. But,
Yeah.
Keisha said the field of being a Black woman. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Say that.
Yep. If you got a womb, you can do this work.
You
You
can
can
do
share
this
your
work.
journey. Yep.
You can
We all in
share
this
it.
together.
And
Yeah.
this container that we're building outside of Facebook is going to be for the women who are tired of numbing the pain, who are tired of being disconnected from her womb and ready to rise in love, trust, power, and alignment. This
Mhm.
is womb work. This is the moon work. This is remembering who you were before the world told you to forget.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. I love this. I love this. Thank you so much for having this. Thank you for
Yeah,
answering the call and inviting me on. I'm honored, really, because I'm just
I
getting
feel
started.
so good.
So
I know. And it's like, okay, now, this is what we got to do. We have to. We got to show
yeah.
up. We got to do the things.
Yep.
We got to answer the call, like you said, and play
Yeah.
telephone. Call the next lady and get her on three-way and get her on four-way and five-way. And then it's going to turn into a community of women. So that's what I look
For
forward to.
sure.
And if
Yeah.
you are interested, please send me a DM. We will not be hosting the container on Facebook. It will be on a private platform. We'll have it set up like classrooms, and it's going to be really nice. So I am really in I am really excited to bring this to fruition. It's been something that's been knocking on my door since 2023. It's called Cosmic Womb Healing, and it is all about intertwining the cosmos and our womb healing and doing it together. So,
Yes.
oh, Keisha said I'm late. I missed the full episode of Womb. It's okay. It's alive. You can start from the beginning, sis. And we'll be
Mhm.
doing more. You'll see us more. I love
Yeah.
y'all, ladies. If anybody has any questions, put them in the chat now, please, before we
Yes,
go out.
please. Thank you, ladies, again for
I'm
being here with us
scroll.
this evening.
Yes, thank you, ladies, for joining us for this time.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, my
Star
sister.
Brand Lab. Oh, she said she's a healer and a teacher. Okay, yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
feel, we are all teachers in our own right. But yes, yes, you got information you want to share it, I'm ready to receive it.
I'm ready to hear it, girl. So,
Okay.
yes, yes.
When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So
And
yeah, I want to know what you teach.
I
Because
want to
I'm
know.
always down to learn. I'm a nerd. I love learning. I love
I
reading.
love to
I
learn.
love
That's why we connect.
researching. Yeah, I love it.
I'm always. My mom always told me to always be teachable, and every time I say that, I have this. I'm about to get it off my wall. So I have this poster I made in my office. Dang, but you can. Oh, it's blurred. Never mind.
Oh,
But one of the points says always be teachable and
yeah.
willing to shift your perspective, because you just
Hmm.
never know. You may be in the wrong perspective for whatever it is that's going on, or the situation, or whatever is going on in your life. So just be willing to
Yeah.
be teachable and
Yep.
always willing to shift your perspective. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna just read this while we see if we get any um questions. So it says, there is power in my choice. Listen more, speak less.
Mm.
Water. I just have the word water, and then under it, I have a list of, I guess, adjectives that describe water: refreshing, renewing, regenerating, reviving, rejuvenating, fluidity, growth, life, creation, reproduce, fertility, prosperity, overflow, abundance, and life.
Love
And then
it.
it says, thank you. It says, accept, embrace, and channel your energy and emotions. It says, seek wise counsel, be willing, always be teachable, always be willing to shift your perspective and breathe. That was one of my, when I was yoni steaming, I used to write on poster boards and
Mm-hmm.
just whatever came up. So that was this is from, what's the date? This was during an Aries full moon, October of 2021, y'all. Yes,
Ooh.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I like that. And look how far you've come.
Thank you. Thank you. I was just doing the work for myself. And then God was like, nah, other people need to hear what you're talking about.
Right.
And that's how Luna, I'm gonna have to share another, I'm gonna have to go live again and just share the journey of becoming Luna Rosa, because
Yeah.
that was the beginning. Literally October 21 is when I started this spiritual container that I joined, where I created the alter ego by the name of Luna Rosa, and the whole brand was born. So yes, yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
Thank you,
And like I
ladies.
said, I'm just getting started with mine. So y'all gonna see me with the name Grace the Empress
Yeah.
online and on your platform. So be on the lookout for that. But you're welcome to add my personal page. It's Averiana. I'm probably one of the only ones that you'll see. Name Averiana on Facebook. Um, but yeah, Averiana Evans. So go ahead and add me if you like. If if this resonates with you. But yeah, I'm just here to do my part. They said it's time for you to be in service to women. And so this is one way that I feel like I can be of service. And like I said, I work in investments. So if you want to learn about that, or you want to build a retirement plan, I can help you with that too.
I mean, come on
And
with
we gonna connect that to the womb.
it.
So
We are.
yeah.
And that's something that she's going to be talking about and teaching in the cosmic womb healing. And what is your what was your you got a program that you're doing. What is it called?
Yeah,
April?
I have my like last year I got the call and it was like you need to form a community of women because I
Yeah,
just needed to rebuild my community of more
yeah,
like-minded women.
yeah,
And so yeah, I have a community that I'm building called the Graceful Goddess
yeah,
Sanctuary.
yes.
Yep. So more to come on that. Like I said, I'm building, but I'm here. I'm here.
We
I'm ready
here,
to work. I'm ready to serve.
we are
I'm ready
here. We
to
are
share.
ready to serve. We are ready to share. We are ready to do the things together. Okay. So
Yep.
don't be a stranger. Hop in our inboxes. Add us as friends if we're not already friends. But I am here for it. And I thank you, ladies, for sharing your evening with us. And I want to
Yes.
share my love from my heart, from my womb to your womb. But thank you, ladies, and have a great evening.
Thank you. Good night, ladies. Enjoy your day.
Don't
Enjoy the
hang
rest
up.
of your week.
I'm going to end it now.